recurring versus reoccurring. It sounds almost the same, but it's very, very different. But you do need one of these two to succeed with your coaching or consulting company, because otherwise you don't have a baseline when it comes to revenue. And when your lead flow dips, everything will go to shit basically. I'm gonna explain to you what reoccurring is and recurring is, what the difference is, how you can use it, why you should use it, and just some practical examples as well. So let's get into it. So most people have no idea what the difference between the two is, but there's a very, very big difference, and that's the following. So let's say someone buys something from you in week one, and in week four, so after like a month, they buy something. They don't buy it again, but the payment occurs again. So let's say they pay you like 1K, and then after 4 weeks, because you're of course providing your service in a way that gives them value every single time, they pay every 4 weeks. So let's say in week 8 they also pay 1K. This is recurring. This is basically like a subscription type of model. So what I have the same with this. So let's say I charge my clients 12K for like six months. It's not 12K. I'm not gonna say any numbers here, but let's say for the sake of this example, it's 12K. My clients will pay 2K per month. And why do I do this? That's one, because I don't want them to invest 12K at once. Number two, it's good for my for my cash flow. It's better for their cash flow, and it's also better for, let's say on here, this is where you start, and then it's like six, but in the middle, let's say you're 3 months in and everything goes bad, and they things change in their life and they feel like, I don't like this anymore, or you have that feeling towards them. You could just cancel it and just say, hey, you don't have to pay me anything after 3 months. Let's just stop working together. But honestly, to me, it only happened once, and that's because I didn't check my criteria for my clients when I onboarded as a client like that. So just to explain to you, this is recurring. And then we have reoccurring, which is, in my opinion, way harder to do, because that's when someone pays, let's say it's like for 4K for like a program. This is supposed to be a G, but yeah, 4K for your program, and then after let's say let's say 1 year, they buy another program, or you can upsell them, or you just sell anything else to them. So let's say it's like a 10K package because you've helped them to grow further, which is something that I really like. So selling a lower tier program to get them to 10K per month with their business, and then sell them a 10K package to um, so they can invest in you again, and so that you can invest your time, energy, and of course money as well into them, to get them from 10 to 30, 40, 50K, for example. So this is reoccurring when someone decides to buy from you again. So it's really important to understand the difference. And now I'm going to give you some examples of why it's so important for your cash flow and how you can do it yourself. So, for example, you can make a paid community where you just put everyone in a Discord or like Slack. So this is going to be recurring. They pay around $300 for this a month. This means that if someone stays in this program for like 12 months, it comes out to be 3,600, and you don't have to give them any more stuff. So there can be 100 people in this, but there can also be 1,000 people in this, or for the sake of this example, there can also be 10,000 people in this program. It doesn't cost you any more time, money, energy, or like effort in general to sustain these people. So let's say you have something like this, you have this with 100 people, you get what I mean, right? So you can make way more money this way. So you just have to give them the value that they need, and like way you have just have to give them way more value than they pay you. And now for an example for reoccurring. So what I like to do for the reoccurring is you can basically do two things. So number one is like a staircase model, which is the one I like the very most. So basically, you make a program that gets people from, let's say, they are doing like right now, they are doing 3K per month with their business, and you help them to get to, let's say, 10K. You can charge them 4K to 5.8. 5.8 is like the sweet spot, I feel like, to get them from 3K to 10K, because at 10K, they can get into your program where you can help them more. So that could be like a mastermind program or something that basically is like a mastermind program where you can give them more attention, more time, more energy, basically more of you. And the reason I call this like a stair kind of thing is because it's like this. Because they pay the 5.8K, and then you get them to 10K, and then at this point you sell them the mastermind program because they have gotten results with you, so they make a decision again to buy from you. So let's say this program you can price at 10K, because that's also what they're making. But what you can do is you can make this recurring thing a recurring thing. And you shouldn't feel like, people, because if someone buys a 10K program, I would agree with you if you would say that they just, let's say when they pay a program from you that's 10K, and in the beginning they pay 2K, they still owe you 8K. You're basically acting like the bank here. But if this takes 6 months, or let's say this takes like 10 weeks, for sake of this example, it makes it way easier for me as well. Um, this is month one, and this is month 10. They can pay 1K per month. And the reason why I like this is because what I do with my clients is I make sure that they think bigger and all that stuff, and so that they can play a bigger game within their business and with their business. Um, so my clients only attract people that are doing anywhere between 5 and 10K per month within their business or within the certain thing that they do, and that's why they can charge premium pricing. But there are also, of course, people who cannot afford the 10K yet, or the 2K per month, or whatever it might be. So these people you can sell on the 5.8K thing. So the 5.8K thing, of course, if they would like to do it, they can do it in three um, three times, like split, like three installments, because it doesn't really matter. You can just raise it to 6K, and then over the course of 3 months, they're gonna pay you 2K per month, and it doesn't really matter because they're gonna pay anyway. And over the span of those 3 months, you can give them so much value that they get to the 10K. Blah blah blah. You get the point at this point. So that's like an example of what you can do with recurring and reoccurring. This is what I'm about to do myself. This is what most of my clients do. This reoccurring thing. And the second thing that you can do, because of course this is number one, the second thing that you can do is you can sell like an event. You can sell a certain type of package. You can sell your program in a way that you're basically doing 1.0 version, 2.0 version, 3.0, and you just you don't have to, like, let's say someone comes in right here at 1.0 and they want to get to 2.0 because there's more information there. What you could do, I'm not really a fan of this, but you could do it like this, is you can charge them like an extra 500 bucks to upgrade. Is what you could do, but make sure that there's way more value going to be in here for them in dollars or like in currency, um, so that it makes sense for them to pay the 500, because otherwise you're just gatekeeping information, and within a paid program, that's something that you really don't want to do. So implement this for yourself. When you have implemented this, let me know on Instagram at eli.kickass. If you have any questions about this, also send me a DM at eli.kickass on Instagram, or on Twitter. It's just my full name. I'm going to put it in the screen somewhere here. Um, so yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna post once a week, at least once a week right now, and I'll see you next week. Bye.